But you're naturally a performer, aren't you?
I guess I am. I've been doing it all my life, and it's just something you do. Like everyone performs in a way. When you go through life, you have to make decisions. You sort of improvise. It just depends on how many other people are interested in watching what you do. I suppose that's the kind of thing. But again, it's a communicating thing. So good to try and get out there and communicate to as many people as possible.
Greetings, all alien creatures. This is the Sonic Manipulator speaking. Prepare to groove. Come on, get down and move your shoes. You got that beat, let's see you move on your own 2 feet. Come on, get down as you move around. Got a rap right here and we'll move downtown. And you groove to the beat. And you get on your feet. You gotta rap to the sound and you gotta get up to get on down.
This is the whole reason for the Spaceman thing. It's the Tron. I invented this when I was at the wonderful Uluru for a couple of years. And essentially it's a little synthesizer that I articulate twisting for volume, and pitch is continuously variable in that way. So to make a scale, you know, etc., etc.
Space age, take a weight off your mind. Now you're in space time.
I've got this sort of affinity with balls as well as part of my Tron family, if you like. So we have the Tron, ball-shaped, Transitron, Orbitron. So I just kind of have this menagerie, and I try and exploit it in as many different ways. It's kind of like a sound palette, like an orchestra, basically. And I'm trying to add things that are still alien looking and sounding. I don't want to add keyboards or anything that's terrestrial. I want to make sure that everything is never before seen on this planet. 24-track recording tape, playback head, and little preamp, and lo and behold, groovy sound. So basically I've recorded 12 different tracks on this thing, so sometimes it's a little hard to locate them.
Manipulator. Engage.
So various different things that I've got recorded on there. Well, I actually, at one point, I got sort of an interest from an American promoter who was going to sell this to Hasbro or Mattel or something, and I was going to be rich. And so for a whole year I was making little toy-type prototypes up because it was for the toy market. And I thought, great, 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 great. And then it slowly just sort of disintegrated around me, and sadly, I'm still on the street. However, I'm forever hopeful. All right, well, this is part of my filing system. I work on this zone system, whereas, I kind of think, oh, I need one of those, and I'll know kind of roughly where it is and what zone it's in, so I'll kind of zoom along, and then I'll say, oh look, there's all these interesting things, and I'll say, oh, I haven't seen this for a while, I'll have to have a muck around with that. What was it? So what happens when you're looking for something, you might find it or you might not find it straight away, and if you don't find it straight away, you find something else to occupy your imagination, and it sort of keeps everything fresh and like because I always have a whole number of projects going at any one time, so it's always good to reacquaint with something that I might not have done for a few months or something like that. So basically everything's here, but it's sort of almost impossible to categorise, because how do you categorise an equaliser pedal, a little toy blah blah thing, shuttlecock, space gun, It's just everything. So you can't have like a section for space guns because I only have one thing in it. So, you know, it's chaos, but it's kind of organised chaos.
The Martians are coming! The Martians are here! The Martians are coming! In little glowy balls.
So what exactly do you sing about?
Didn't recognise couldn't hear the vocals?
Yeah, I was looking at some of the
Gotta be on
lyrics.
time, gotta get there fast, gotta be on time or you'll get there last. Gotta be on time, gotta get there fast. Gotta be on time or they'll kick your ass. It's all about, most of my lyrics on the first album, the Martians Are Coming album, I was making very space oriented, so every one had a space theme. This one's just all about, you know, the sort of the working and the hurry kind of city sort of life, basically. So things to do and people to see is that the time there's no time free, people to do and things to be, one more straw insanity, gotta be on time, gotta get. So just sort of a pump kind of thing.
So what's the message that you're trying to communicate to people?
Slow down, relax, smell the flowers, I suppose, that kind of thing. Well, it's a reflection. I mean, maybe it's also that I'm not fast enough, that I should be up there pumping and get up at the crack of dawn and create a couple of symphonies before breakfast and all this. So there's, you know, part of me is disdain for people that work too hard, and the rest of the other half is disdain for me because I don't work hard enough. So what do you do? Find a happy medium somewhere, I suppose. And what else have we got? Oh yes, not forgetting the wonderful G board, as opposed to a keyboard, which I made many years ago, fashioned lovingly out of a piece of 2x4. This is it, my playpen, and it's a good feeling to be able to come in and, you know, make noises and, you know, create, you know, get it off your soul. And sometimes I just come in and just blast away, you know, and just it's such a rush to just, you know, have the music just sort of pouring around you kind of thing. Great feeling. You know, I just always seem to have found a way to still play music and get it out there and still make a living off my art, rather than, you know, having to do the forklift driving job or something, which, you know, has kept me mortified about, you know, doing anything but music all these years. So yeah, it's cool.
Going up to Mars now. Returning to Mars.
So I'm, you know, communicating through my devices and trying to make people aware of other sounds and, you know, stretching the bounds of music as well, because I guess in some ways popular music is very constrained, and, you know, music for me as a whole kind of, it's the expressive medium basically, and, you know, there is a way of communicating without words.
The Martians are coming! The Martians are here! The Martians are coming! They come to get you! There is a way of communicating without words. They will be destroyed! Get back to me!
I have the secret Martian sign, the ball shape. So if you ever meet me on the street and go like that, I'll know you've met me somewhere before.